Hey guys, it's Oluvids, and in this version of One Heartfelt Scene, we're going to be talking about Aqua. So, of course, we did Ventus, Terra. It's only natural that we do Aqua as the last one. We basically talk about all of our favorite scenes, and we basically, decide for each of us individually what's our favorite, or what do we think the best scene of said Kingdom Hearts character is, or Kingdom Hearts moment. We're starting out on Twitter, because I got more of them on YouTube than Twitter this time. And we're starting off with John Conception, which, nice to see you again. And he says, Birth by Sleep when she asks to try on the glass slipper to buy time for Cinderella. Interesting what if scenario. So yeah, in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Aqua was in, the world of Cinderella. All three of them went there, but they went at different points in time. The prince was trying to find the person he danced with, so they had the glass slipper, trying to every single lady out there to see which one it fits on. And, they tried out everything in the house, and they were trying to exclude Cinderella from getting, tested. And so Aqua's there. She's just like, all right, we need more time. We need to hurry up. So then she ends up growing. It falls down in front of them, and she's like, hey, I didn't get to try it. You can try it on me. And that ends up causing them to get a couple more seconds, just in time for Cinderella to come out and actually try out the slipper, for them to find out that yeah, she was the one that he danced with. So yeah, she didn't actually try it on, but she basically said she was about to do it, but then Cinderella came down. So it probably wouldn't have fit, but if it did fit, that would have been kind of hilarious. The prince would have got himself an anime type girl, which maybe he'd like that. That was a pretty funny scene, and I think it's a good use of the fact that they're in these Disney worlds. You might as well get them involved in these kind of things inside the plot and all of that. So nice scene. Thank you, John Conception, for that. So we have Shonen Shadow, a VTuber. Didn't understand the assignment, so I'm gonna just be moving on. So that's the Twitter ones. And YouTube is really where we have actual more responses. I'll be starting off with Chrysalis Wyvern, and he says, for me, instead of it being a wholesome event with Aqua and the two boys, Kingdom Hearts 3 Aqua or anything nice like that, my moment is her descent into darkness. Her willpower is not only displayed well, but it also only affirms the power of darkness, when Aqua, the most mentally mature Kingdom Hearts character, has to give in her emotional battle of attrition. Also, Anti-Aqua is a really cool design. Yeah, so Anti-Aqua was a pretty interesting thing. I remember when we first saw the trailer, I believe it was the same trailer when Frozen was announced. We were all just like, what? She got corrupted? But yeah, she was stuck in the realm of darkness for over 10 years. And then she got knocked into the sea of darkness. So, she held on for that long, and even then she was still able to break because of just how her life sucked for the past, 10 years. And yeah, darkness is not something to be messed with, Just because these guys are on the side of light doesn't mean they can't be corrupted or at least tempted. And so you can see what just general darkness can do to a person. She hasn't, Xehanort didn't come and, make her a vessel or anything. That's just pure darkness that made her get corrupted, and she gave into all her negative emotions and ended up fighting Riku and Mickey because she was left all alone after she went and saved both of them. She eventually ran into Ansem the Wise, but, that was pretty short-lived. Yeah, Anti-Aqua is pretty cool. Alright, so we actually have two people who are around, the same scene, so I'm gonna go, we have Exor and Omnimax Blade, or Juicy Omni Burger, however you want to go by. Exor says this is really hard to choose just one. I love that no one questions Aqua's ability on the battlefield or tells her to stay back. She's a Keyblade master that people look up to and respect for a good reason, which, yeah, after all she did in Birth by Sleep and 0 by 2, they better look up to her. Me personally, my favorite moment of her is when she was asked out by Zack in Birth by Sleep. In that scene, I feel like we got to see an unexpected side of her, and it was just a really cute moment. I don't know if we'll ever get a follow-up to that, and I don't care too much for ships, but for once, we got to see her not so tied up in her responsibilities, which was refreshing to see. She's just super charming in a lot of ways. Smiley face. And yeah, he's not the only one that said that. We also have Omnimax Blade, as I said. My honest to God favorite one is when she gets hit on by Zack. Seriously, most of the cutscenes in the Hercules world in Birth by Sleep actually rock, and I have no idea why they're written so well. Aqua acts really appropriately and humanly on that world too. Even after getting hit on, there's a nice little wrap up where she talks to her about heroism, and it's nice. Aqua really wants to have faith that Terra won't go bad. Just to break down each of what they said, so yeah, if you don't remember, in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, there's Olympus, all three of them go to Olympus, and you end up seeing Zack Fair from Final Fantasy VII, which is pretty cool. It's like a younger version. He's around their age, so he's like a teenager. Towards the end of Aqua's, journey, her version of it, he actually asks her out on a date, which is kind of like when you asked out Aerith on a date. That's kind of a callback to that, and she gets kind of flustered, but she handles it. She's like, all right, can't make any promises, but she did get flustered, and Hercules even pointed out that she's blushing. So, you know, it was a pretty funny scene. She didn't exactly say no, so, I mean... Well, granted, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, considering that Zack is at least implied to have had a run-in with Sephiroth, and I don't think he survived that encounter. Probably won't be seeing, you know, that happen again, but, I mean, it's nice to see that Aqua wasn't exactly opposed to it. And yeah, of course, Hercules, as you know, Oni was saying, Hercules was still learning at that time, so she's teaching him how to be a hero. And they met Terra, you know, Hercules and Zack met Terra, and he helped them. So, you know, she's like, okay, Terra's strong, and clearly he's helping people around here, and people are helping him. So, you know, I still gotta find him, but I'm glad that he's at least doing alright. And yeah, so those scenes were nice. Those were nice. Two people like that scene, so it must be a pretty good scene. And yeah, no, it's a pretty funny scene. I always thought it was funny. Next, we got Lisa Lemmings. And okay, so they put like a whole list of them. I'll just list them out and I guess choose one to break down. So we got Aqua, Terra, and Ven at the beginning. Aqua meeting Kairi. Aqua meeting Sora and Riku. Aqua meeting Ven and Co. Meeting? Talking to Ven? I'm not sure. Aqua and Terra in the Realm of Darkness. Aqua and Mickey in the Realm of Darkness. Aqua, Sora. Kingdom Hearts 3 when Aqua was restored, and Aqua, Terra, and Ven united. We can break down, let's say, Aqua and Mickey in the Realm of Darkness. You know, I don't think anyone else, no one else really said that specifically. So Aqua and Mickey in the Realm of Darkness, as you know, in Kingdom Hearts 0.2, it kind of expanded more on what Aqua was doing in the Realm of Darkness. We last left her off in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep in the secret episode where she was just kind of just wandering around, and she saw some of the worlds in Birth by Sleep that was, you know, in the Realm of Darkness because they fell. In that game, she was all alone, and she was just like kind of losing hope, and just seeing illusions of her friends, just kind of losing it. Eventually, she runs into Mickey, who was like, hey, I'm looking for the Keyblade of Darkness, and you know, it helps her a lot to see a familiar face who's really there. She's not like an illusion or anything like that. He's just there. Mickey, you know, she knows Mickey, so it's like, okay. Granted, it's been 10 years since he's seen her, but you know, it was a pretty cool team up, being teamed up with Mickey up until the final boss of that game, and then eventually he goes on with Riku and travels with them. But yeah, I think they're pretty cool, and I don't know why we needed to know why his shirt came off. I mean, they could have just retconned him having a shirt on or something, I don't know. But gave Aqua some hope before she ends up finding, you know, Ansem the Wise. So, you know, she has hope, and she sees Riku, so she's like, okay, well, while things are kind of bad out there, there's still a bunch of people fighting the good fight. And she sacrifices herself pretty much to let Riku and Mickey get out of there. And she kind of just, you know, got stuck in the Realm of Darkness again and lost her Keyblade. But even then, you know, eventually it pays off when, you know, she meets them again and isn't anti-Aqua. Anyway, thank you, Lisa Lemmings, for that. And next one we got is from Exiv. And he says, her giving Ven head. Pats. Head pats. Anyway. Head pats. It's a really wholesome scene. So, this is kind of a troll comment, but yeah, so in Kingdom Hearts 3, well, probably multiple points in Kingdom Hearts in general, but the one that comes up in my head is in Kingdom Hearts 3 when she kind of like pats his head and she's like, good morning, Ven, and he's like, good morning, Aqua. I feel like we talk about that scene where Ventus wakes up a lot. But yeah, you know, it was nice to see them again. She greeted him, finally was able to greet him after he woke up, because she was pretty much, you know, she had to hide him, and she was like, okay, I don't know when he's gonna come back. I don't know what's wrong with him. He just has no heart. It was nice to see. And they still kind of have the same dynamic where Ventus is like a little brother. And I mean, yeah, despite how long it's been, you know, they were right back to where it all began in terms of the dynamic, which was pretty nice. And yeah, so thank you, Exiv, for almost getting me arrested. And next we'll go over to the last one. Yeah, this is the last one right here. And it's from Queen Somnus, who at first just said her name is goth/emo Aqua. But alright, let's go over to the part where she said what her favorite scene was. She says, my favorite scene is when she said good morning to Ven. We just talked about that. And it was actually pretty nice that they said good morning, because Ventus was literally sleeping for 10 years. Over 10 years at this point. Yeah, I mean, I think anyone that liked Birth by Sleep, or at least was invested in it, likes that scene. Alright, so for me, now it's down to what my favorite Aqua scene is, what I think the best Aqua scene is. So of course my favorite Aqua scene is when she got Thanos snapped. Oh wait, no, that wasn't in the script. My bad. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go for it's a Birth by Sleep one. For once, it's not like a Kingdom Hearts 3 scene. But I'm gonna have to go for the scene that happens right as she's about to fight Terranord in the final episode of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, because, I mean...
My name is Master Aqua. Now return my friend's heart, or pay the price!
The part when she said, my name is Master Aqua, now return my friend's heart and pay the price. Throughout the game, she is a Keyblade Master, but I feel like that's really the moment where she was like, where she really owned up to the fact that she is a Keyblade Master. This is after she had to carry on the legacy of, you know, Erika's, of course. And obviously, you know, in terms of, you know, official record, yeah, she became a master at the beginning of the game, but this is when she was really a master. She's gone through a lot, beat up a ton of strong enemies, you know, Vanitas and fusion between Ventus and Vanitas, all this different stuff, and she's like, all right, I'm fighting you as Master Aqua, and you're giving me my friend back. And I think that was just a really cool scene. Aqua has a lot of cool scenes in general, and most of the time, honestly, she's like kind of like the babysitter of the group, always trying to look after everyone else. But in that scene, like, she wasn't coming in as like, oh, I'm, you know, just another Keyblade wielder just like everyone else. She's like, I'm Master Aqua. She's technically the top of the hierarchy at this point in terms of the Keyblade order. So it's like, I just find that really cool, honestly. You know, I hope we kind of see more of Aqua being like a Keyblade Master for real. Maybe she can be training Ven or something. We know she's going to be training Kairi, which is good because she's a formally trained Keyblade Master and not just like, you know, a redhead assassin guy that's, you know, good at fighting but is not formally trained. So I think this will be better for Kairi. But anyway, aside from that tangent right there, that's my favorite scene for Aqua. I always like that scene. The way she says it, at least in English dub, I don't know how it says in Japanese, but the way it was acted as well, I think was really cool. It's just a cool scene in general. If you weren't featured in this video and you still want to comment your opinion and what you think the best scene is, definitely go do it in the comments. I'll be doing more of these as, you know, it goes along. Honestly, the next one could either be, it's going to be kind of like a group, so it's either going to be, honestly, it might be maybe your favorite scene from the Dark Road cast, or maybe your favorite scene from, you know, the Hainer Pets Let. I'm going to be still thinking about and deciding it, so keep an eye out for my announcements for when I announce what the next prompt is going to be, because, you know, if you want to participate, you're going to want to keep out for it. And if you answer on the YouTube community post or on Twitter, then it'll be featured and, you know, I'll talk about it. That's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.